Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the schooling for treasurers for the Linistic year 2021. It is my proud privilege today to introduce to you the first speaker who will be training you. He's a lion who has devoted more than 3 decades in lionism and is known for his command and in-depth knowledge about trust and accounts. A person who loves to promote education. He originally belongs to Rajkot as his Janma Bhumi, but his presence in Mumbai is his Karma Bhumi in his dedication to his profession. He is at the helm of the affairs of various trusts, hostels, and education institutions. An experienced chartered accountant, he has always been a regular motivator and guide. He is also an expert on the Bhagavad Gita, and he was also my installing officer when I was the president. With these words, I introduce to you past district governor Lan Hasmukh Jobanputra ji, and I request him to guide and update us on the trust matters. Hasmukh sir, the floor is yours. Hasmukh sir.
Hasmukh bhai, unmute yourself.
Okay. It's okay now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Friends, I welcome to you this treasure schooling. I'll be talking to you for next 30 minutes on the subject of the trust and taxation. We all will be surprised that why in a lionism where we do service, where does the law and income tax and all comes in the picture. But friends, as you know, that we have two limbs in our club. One is the administration and second is the activity, what we call as charities. Because our motto is we serve, and for purpose of serving, we all come together. And that first step is we administer the club, where we bring our fees, we bring our contribution, and we conduct the administrative activities. So far, so good. That is purely on principle of mutuality, that we bring the money and we spend on ourselves, our meeting, our food, our various expenses. So that part is a one part of our Lions movement. Now, as we have our motto, we serve, the second part comes in the picture, and that is a service activity. And here, the all legal provisions of trust and income tax comes in the picture, because under Maharashtra Public Trust Act in Mumbai, you cannot collect funds from public, you cannot collect funds from anyone for purpose of carrying out the charitable activities. And that is the purpose why you should learn the basic principles. Because the subject is very wide, but I'll be touching within this next 30 minutes, I'll be just touching the basic principles which you should know as office bearers. The whole purpose is to keep something stored in your mind. Okay, yes, these are the gross provisions of the trust. These are the gross provisions of the Income Tax Act. So whenever there is a point, whenever there is a consideration, you must think that I need to consult a professional person or a chartered accountant. Or if even if yourself know, is nothing better than that. As far as our activities are concerned, we are carrying out, as far as Mumbai is concerned, in Maharashtra. So the first and foremost, Maharashtra Public Trust Act 1950, which was earlier was known as the Bombay Public Trust, is applicable to us. So as soon as you start your charitable activities, you need to have a registered trust. You have to create a trust and you have to register with Maharashtra Public Trust Act. For that purpose, you must have a trustees, you must prepare a trust deed, and you must make the provision of running that trust, which is we call a trust deed. So what are the procedure of registration of a trust? You have to make application. You must have a name, address, and PAN number of all the trustees. Most important, you must have a deed of trust. Then you must have a consent letter from all the trustees, address proof and no objection of all trustees, newspaper advertisement, and affidavit. These are the basic requirements to get the trust register. But friends, the Reliance movement is a different movement, because in ordinary trust, there are permanent trustees. Generally, there are permanent trustees. There is a provision for appointment and removal of the trustee. But as far as Lion Club is concerned, there is some different type of provisions, because every year we have a different office bearers. So there is a provision in Lions Trust, along with other normal provisions, the change of the trustee every year, because only office bearers, generally we provide that executive officers of the club will be the trustees. So for that purpose, we have to keep in mind while drafting the trust deed of Lions Club that there must be a provision of changing the trustee every year, because every year office bearers will change and they will become the trustees. Alternatively, there can be a provision, you can keep a permanent trustees, but for the better administration, we always provide that executive officers of the club become the trustees. So this is a basic thing, you have to keep it in mind. After getting trust registered with Bombay Public Trust Act, you must know the certain basic principles of the trust. And first and foremost important, we generally see that which is not done in the clubs is maintaining the minutes of the board of trustees. Because every decision you take in a trust is governed by a minutes, by decision of a board of trustees. And how you come to know that what decision was taken at a particular board meeting, and it becomes a matter of dispute. So most important document in a trust is a minutes of a meeting of the trustee, where whatever decisions are taken, they are recorded, and that is ultimate proof of the decision taken there. So that is a very, very important, my friends, as we maintain the minutes of the club. The same way, most important is that the trust deed should contain the provision for regarding the frequency of the meeting, how many meetings will be there, because under Bombay Public, in the Maharashtra Public Trust Act, there is no provision that how many meetings should be held. So it is very important that in your trust deed, there is a provision for the meeting of the board of trustee, and you have to maintain the minutes of the meeting. That is the first basic principle you have to keep in mind. Friends, I will be touching on a certain important issues, because the Maharashtra Public Trust Act and income tax is so wide, it needs hours and hours to discuss. But I am discussing with you only important points which you must keep in your mind while being a trustee and while executing the trust. Second most important provision, my friend, is borrowing powers of the trustees. Friends, please note and keep it in your mind that no trust can borrow any money from anybody without the prior permission of charity commissioner. Because you are carrying out charity activities, you are borrowing the money from the people, you are not supposed to borrow the money. Sometimes we observe that trust borrow the money and do the activities. So you are not supposed to borrow any money from anybody. So this is second very important principle. You have to keep it in mind while carrying out the trust activities. The third is the change report. The most important as far as Lions Trust is concerned. Because in other trustees don't change every year. Either they die, the general provision in other trusts is that either they die or resign. But that is not the case in as far as Lions Trusts are concerned. As I mentioned in my opening remark, that generally our trustees are those who are the office bearer of the trust, that is president, secretary, treasurer, first lady, whatever provisions are there. So as every year the office bearer changes, there is a change in the trustee. So it's a very important that you file the change report every year. This is a very important. Unless and until you file the change report, the trustees are not on the record. There is a register of trust relating to trust of immovable property. Even if you got any immovable property, you buy any immovable property, you have to inform the charity commissioner for the changes. And that is to, you have to intimate within 90 days from the date of such change. So as soon as there is change in a trustees, within 90 days, you have to report to the charity commissioner. There are the schedules. I'll give you the information about the schedules also. So please keep in mind, first you have to get a trust registered. Then you have to apply for the registration under Maharashtra Public Trust Act. And once you get registered, the most important provision is about the change report. Why we give importance to change report in Lions Club? Because please remember, there is every year change in the trustee. So every year you have to file a change report. Then friends comes the accounts. Accounts is a very important part of any trust. Friends, please remember, as far as club is concerned, we collect the money and we spend on ourselves. I just mentioned in the beginning, is the principle of mutuality. Nobody can question us except the members. Members can question you, but no outsider can question you. But as far as charity is concerned, we collect the money from our own members as well as we collect the money from outsiders. So there is a responsibility and accountability for that money. And for that, we need to maintain a proper accounts, proper documents and everything. So accounts are the very, very important under Maharashtra Public Trust Act. We have to keep a regular books of accounts, incorporating all the receipts, fundraising drive, money, donations and expenditure. And you have to get those accounts duly audited every year, and you have to file with the charity commissioner. I'll come to the income tax also. You have to file with the Income Tax Act also. But here, as far as trust is concerned, every year before 30th September, you have to file your accounts with Charity Commissioner Office. Then after that, there is a budget. As you are dealing with the public money, you have to prepare budget in advance. As every company, government, they prepare the budget. You are supposed to prepare the budget if your annual income exceeds rupees 10,000. So generally, it is a very small amount. Every trust income is more than this. So every year, friends, before 1 month of the beginning of the year. So if your year is commencing on 1st April 2018 or 2020, you have to file your budget before 28th February 20. So 1 month in advance. Please remember, friends, 1 month in advance you have to file the budget, listing all your incomes, expenditure, and Schedule 7 is there, and you have to file your budget in that format. Then comes the contribution. As you collect the money from the charity commissioner, from the public, there is an administration cost levied by the Maharashtra Public Trust Act. Friends, this contribution is 2% of your income if your income exceeds 25,000 rupees. But friends, there was a litigation and appeal, public interest litigation was filed that this administration cost should not be collected because there is a huge fund lying with the Charity Commissioner Office. And Bombay High Court has given an interim stay for not charging this 2% contribution in present days. So at present, till the final verdict comes, you have not to pay. But I always advise to keep a provision for this. Because if in future Bombay High Court held that yes, this is payable, then it will be payable from retrospective effect. But friends, now after COVID, they are going to charge you some contribution for purpose of COVID fund. Yet the things are not finalized, but the things in offing, and definitely you will have to pay some contribution. So please, unless and until the percentage is decided, it will come in a short time. You please try to keep some money in reserve in a trust for this contingency, that if we have to pay the money in this COVID fund to the Maharashtra Public Trust Act, you must be ready for that. Why, friends, we are telling that this all things should be in back of your mind. So while planning your finances, while maintaining your resources, you must keep some money in a reserve, that in future, if that demand is there. Because friends, in Lionism, every year trustees change, you don't make provision, and the year when liability arises, and that year the trustees will be in great difficulties. So this is in a nutshell, friend, as far as Maharashtra Public Trust Act. There are various provisions, but I just short of time, 30 minutes. So I am just touching up the provisions which are related prima facie to the trust. First, trust deed, registration, then filing the documents, filing the change report, keep the mind contribution, keep in the mind the COVID fund, and etc. And every year you please friend maintain the minutes, because if there is an inspection from Charity Commissioner Office, which is a provision in Maharashtra Public Trust Act, they can come and verify your minutes books, your books and everything. So you are also supposed to maintain your books of accounts and minutes book. So these basic things you have to keep it in mind. And if any query is there, we have got so many chartered accountants in our Alliance movement, or you may be having your own chartered accountant, you can consult them. So please, basically, as far as Maharashtra Public Trust Act is concerned, keep these things in your mind. Now, second act, which is applicable to charitable trust, is Income Tax Act. So two acts are applicable. One is the Maharashtra Public Trust Act, and second is Income Tax Act. Because Income Tax Act is important, because you have to get registered, you need ATG certificate for the donors, everything. So first and important is registration of trust under the Income Tax Act. As soon as you get your trust registered under the Maharashtra Public Trust Act, immediately you have to file application for registration of trust under the Income Tax Act. Because unless and until, please remember friends, this is very important, because unless and until you are registered under the Income Tax Act, your income will be taxed at a maximum marginal rate, that is a 30%. You will not get any exemptions of expenses, etc. So it's a very, very important that as soon as you get your trust registered, you have to file application for registration of trust under the Income Tax Act. At present, once you got registered, it was forever. And even once you get a certificate under ATG, it was forever. But now, in 2020, there are a change in the provisions, and please note down these changes. They're very, very important. Now, every trust exists. I'm talking about the existing trust. Every trust who has got a certificate under Income Tax Act, who has got a certificate under ATG, now they have to apply, reapply for the renewal, which was not provision either to. अभी तक ये provision नहीं था, अभी ये नया provisions आया है. आपको फिर से एक बार इनकम टैक्स में रजिस्ट्रेशन लेना है, फिर से एक बार आपको ATG का रजिस्ट्रेशन लेना है. The date was 1st June. From 1st June onwards, 31st August, because of COVID, it is extended to October, and now finally, before few days, the date is extended up to 31st December. So please bear in mind, please keep in mind that before 31st, very, very important, my dear friend, 31st December को पहले आपको re-registration करवाना है. You can consult your chartered accountant, or even anybody is there in your club, CA or any CA. We have got a trust and taxation chairman also in our Alliance movement. You can consult him. But keep in mind that you have to get registered, re-register your trust. And now this re-registration will be only for 5 years. And after 5 years, again you have to re-register. So we are again in an old regime that after certain periods, we have to get re-registered. There are the reasons for that, because so many trusts were misusing the provision. So that is a different issue. And those who are a new trust, they also have to apply. They will be given a provisional registration for 3 years. At this moment, no much inquiry will be done. You file the registration application and you will be given a provisional registration under Income Tax Act for 3 years. And after that, again, you have to reapply for a re-registration. Unless until, friends, you are registered, please remember your tax liability will be huge. Then next important is the accounting year. Every trust, irrespective of our Lionistic year, friend, our Lionistic year is July to June. But our trust account, as per Income Tax Act, should be financial year, that is April to March. So you have to keep it in mind that your books of accounts for administration account can be from July to June. But as far as trust is concerned, you have to maintain the financial year. So your accounts for Income Tax Act should be 1st April to 31st March. So you must have a uniform accounting year. That please keep it in mind. And after having this uniform accounting year and after maintaining the books of account, you have to get it audited. Again, you remember, friends, audit you have to carry out, and then again this you have to file a return of income with Income Tax Department. Friends, under section 139(4)(a), trust has to file a return of income before 31st, as per a new amendment, before 31st October. But your audit report you have to file before 30 days, that is before 30th September. This is a common provision, general provision. But again, because of COVID situation, these dates have been extended, and that has been extended for the one or 2 months. So as far as this year is concerned, the new dates are there. But every year, you have to keep it in mind that audit report should be submitted before 30th September and return should be submitted before 31st October. Why this is important? Because the friends, penalty for not filing the return is huge. It is a 100 rupees per day, and that also on the computation of that in penalty is in a different account. It is not because your income is below taxable, because certain exemptions are excluded, and then if your income is taxable, you must have to pay the penalty. So it's a very, very important that you file your return of income in time. So you should not have any penalty. And before that, you know that as per like all other income tax act, you have to apply for permanent account number also. Friends, generally trust and administration are different. We have seen so many times in practicality that trust number is used for administration. Friend, please don't do this for opening the account of administration or for any other purpose for administration account, because administration is different, trust is different. So once you get a permanent account number of trust, please don't use it for administration account. And you have to take a permanent account number for a trust separately. About the permanent account number of administration, I think Manish also will speak to you the importance of it, why it is now important. He will speak on that. Return of income, penalty for. Now friends, most important, tax exemption. How you should save the tax. If you have got a huge income, generally with clients, we don't have much huge income. But if you have got a huge income, when we have got immoral property like Big Club, Mulund, Ghatkopar, who has got immoral property, we give on a rent and we huge income. So you can save your tax in 4 ways, my dear. Just remember broader principle. I don't want to go in detail because it's a very lengthy subject. First, every year you have to spend 85% of your income. Once you spend 85% of your income, you are exempt from tax. That means only 15% income will be there, and if it exceeds the 2.5 lakh, then only you have to pay the tax. Then when you take a donation, please see that you take with a specific direction. If a specific direction donation comes, there is a no tax. On a natural donation, there is a tax, but if you take a voluntary contribution with a specific direction from the donor, that it will go to the corpus of the trust, there won't be any trust. Third provision is that certain part of income you accumulate for purpose. Now suppose if you want to put a medical center and you are collecting money from the people, then you can file a notice to the income tax department. Though we are collecting this money, we will be collecting for a couple of years, because naturally we collect for 1, 2, 3 years and collect huge amount, and this amount we will be spending for this particular project, maybe a school, maybe a medical center, or maybe a Anganwadi, Balwadi, whatever in your area you want to do. Then again, you will not be liable to pay tax, but you have to file a notice to the income tax department. Second is that, friend, that sometimes you give a huge amount in the tag end of the year. Now suppose somebody give you a donation of 10 lakh rupees in month of March. You can't spend this money in that year. Then again there is a provision. You can write to the income tax officer that I will be spending this money in next year, and please give us a approval that we will not spend this money. Then again in that year you won't have a tax. So as far as tax exemption is concerned, this is very important, friend. Keep in mind, first you have to spend 85% voluntary contribution with a specific direction. Accumulation of income. This income you can accumulate up to 5 years for a specific purpose. And if you receive any money at the end of the year or within last months of the year, then you can write to the income tax officer, because of certain reasons, because of certain conditions, we could not spend this money in this year and we will be spending in the next year. Again, there is a tax exemption. Friend, there is a provision for advance tax also. Like any other business, you are all a businessman. As you pay the advance tax, if your income exceeds taxable limit, then you have to pay the advance tax on 15 June, September, December, and March. That the same provisions are there, which are applicable to the business people. And if you don't pay the advance tax, again you will be have to pay the interest and penalty. tax deduct at source, friend. As you know, there's a businessman, you have to deduct the tax at source for any amount paid exceeding certain limits. Same provisions are applicable to trust, my dear friends. Now, suppose wherever, generally in ordinary course, we don't have a transaction where tax deductible will be applicable. But now you are constructing some immoral project, you are given some contract, and all these things, if specified amount, it exceeds specified amount, then you have to deduct the tax at various rate, 1 or 2%, whatever is applicable, and you have to deposit with the income tax department, and you have to file TDS return. So this broader principle, friends, you keep it in mind. And if you have any specific query afterwards, or you can consult any of chartered accountants or Lions Movement or your own CA. Then you have to file the audit report with the department and income tax return. Friends, if you do, I mentioned that if you don't file return, there is a penalty of 100 rupees per day. Another is, friend, as far as income tax is concerned, the application of section 40 and 40A. Since before last 2 years, this provision was only applicable to business people. Now it has been applicable to trust also. If you make any payment without deducting tax, then tax expenses will not be allowed. So you will have to pay tax on that. So you have to be very, very clear. Again, you cannot spend the money exceeding 10,000 rupees. That also you please keep it in mind. If you make the payment exceeding 10,000 in cash, again that expenses will not be allowed, barring certain exceptions. Another thing, friend, most important is avoidance of a tax deduction. You must have kept FD with your bank, and bank must be deducting the tax. And you feel that your tax liability is not there, your trust has no taxable income. In that case, you can go to the department and obtain a lower TDS certificate or tax exemption certificate. So these are the broader provisions about the income tax is concerned. Now, next important is very important is deduction under 80G of the Income Tax Act. Friends, we collect the money from our members, from public at large, and unless and until you have a 80G certificate, people would not like to donate you, because once you give a certificate, they get a deduction of 50% of donation made to you. So they say also save some tax, and they are inclined to donate. For that, again, you have to apply for 80G certificate. There is a set procedure. There is a form 10G you have to fill up. And generally on all this, maybe a registration or maybe 80G, friend, you will need a service of your chartered accountant, because it is you have to deal with the department, you have to file various documents, procedure, etc. But you keep it in mind that you must have registration under section 12A, 12, now 12AB, and 80G certificate. This is very, very important. You must find out the way how to apply and give the details and get the 80G certificate. Now, friends, you all must be knowing that 80G certificate was permanent. Now, again, like 12A certificate, you have to reapply before 31st December. Please remember, for a renewal of 80G. These two new provisions have come in 2020. So please keep it in mind. Those who are having 80G, you have to apply for renewal. So that's a very, very important provision. Friends, again, one most important aspect is the investment pattern. You cannot invest your trust money the way you like, the way you do in a business. There is a set procedure and provisions under section 11(5) of the Income Tax Act and section 35 of the Maharashtra Public Trust Act. You can invest in saving certificate, post office, scheduled bank, cooperative bank deposit, investment, UTI. I just must be seeing my slide. Only in specified the investment. This is generally banks, financial institutions, and certain public company who has got approval from the charity commissioner and income tax. Now, suppose if you are investing with the BPCL or HPCL, you please ask them that give us a certificate of income tax and Maharashtra Public Trust Act that you are authorized to collect the money. So please remember, don't give money to any private party. You cannot give money to any other person, companies, unless and until they are approved by the charity commissioner and income tax department. So this is a Gardiner principle. You have to keep it in mind. Here, friends, I have given various schedule just for your reference, schedule to various schedule, what is the time limit, and where to file. If anybody needs, I can mail this all the documents, but this is just at a cursory glance. I have put it that what are the dates, the schedule, various schedules are there, because you cannot prepare your accounts like the way you like. Charity commissioner accounts are to be prepared in a particular schedules only. So these are the certain principal things you have to keep it in a mind. But friend, please remember that you are collecting money from the public. It is our onerous duty, responsibility to see that we maintain books of accounts, we get accounts audited, and broader principle which I have just spoke to you, have to keep it in mind. Filing the return, filing TDS return, ATG renewal. Now you please, two things you keep in mind immediately: renewal of ATG and a renewal of registration and income tax act. Filing the accounts with public trust act, filing the accounts with income tax department. Now one new provision has also come this year in 2020, that whatever donations you are accepting under section 80G, you have to file. This provision was not earlier, friends. So all the existing trusts may not be doing this, but now you have to give a full details of a donor, account number, permanent account number and address, and that statement you have to file. And if you will not file that statement, there is a penalty. So this is another obligation you have to keep it in mind, that this statement you need to file with the income tax department. So these are the broader principle, friends, which I can discuss within a short time with you. And in future, if you got any query, anything, I mentioned that you can speak to any of our chartered accountants and all these things. So friend, these are the basic. You are governed by two acts. Please remember, Maharashtra Public Trust Act and Income Tax Act. So that broader perspective you have to keep it in mind. And then various provision, accounts, audit, filing of return, filing the accounts with the charity commissioner, and TDS provisions which are applicable to the other businessmen, same is applicable, advanced tax provision is applicable, and general ATG renewal is, again I am repeating, friends, because this is a new provision. All trusts who are having ATG and all trusts who are having a 12A certificate, now new section 12AB is there. You have to apply before 31st December. It was August, but now it is extended because of COVID. So please see that before 31st December, you reapply for registration. Otherwise, there can be huge tax liability. So these are the most important provision which I could touch up within 30 minutes. I have touched there because this subject takes hours and hours to speak on. Now, friend, last thing I want to touch up is the Foreign Contribution Regulation Act. Just I make a cursory reference to it. It is a very complicated act, but you have to remember as a trustee one thing, my dear friends. You cannot take any donation from any foreign source. You can take any donation from domestic people, Indian people, but you cannot collect any money from foreign source. That means foreign citizen. Foreign source includes foreign citizen. So if any foreign citizen of Indian origin, even he cannot give you donation unless and until you are registered with Foreign Contribution Regulation Act. There is a set procedure. If you want, I'll send you the write-up. If you give whenever you want, that FCRA is applicable as far as donation from foreign countries. And friends, remember, this is not only governed by Finance Ministry, this is governed by Home Ministry. You can understand the seriousness of this, because there are two ways of accepting foreign contribution. One, by special permission, one-time permission. If you are getting some money, that's one thing. Second, you can have permanent certificate from FCRA for collecting. When you collect the money, there are set procedure. You have to keep a separate bank account. You have to spend the money for the purpose for which you have received the donation. So these are the stringent provisions. So many times while visiting the club, we have seen that clubs accept the donation from foreign citizen and trouble is invited. Even our Lions Service Fund has also registered for receiving the money from Lions International. So please, friend, remember only one thing basically, that you cannot take money from foreign citizen. Even donation in rupee, you cannot take from foreign citizen. So this is the one thing I want to keep it in your mind. It's a big act. I don't want to discuss all the provisions with you, but these things as a trustee, as an office bearer, you have to keep it in mind that yes, these are the precautions we have to take. These are the rules we have to follow. This is the procedure we have to follow. So friend, within a short time of 30-35 minutes, whatever I can explain you, that what are the acts and provisions are applicable to charitable trust, I have made a reference to it. If you got any questions, anything, you can ask me. Thank you, friends.
If any treasurers are having any doubts, they can unmute themselves and they can ask.
I think we can take it together afterwards.
Okay.
We may be short of time because we have to finish our sessions. So anyone has any query, they can send it to us. We will send the replies to them.
Yes, yes, yes. Sure, sure. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
One particular request, can you please mail us the form and the time limit of filing all the returns?
Yeah, sure, sure.
And the form, please.
We will send.
You just can take my email ID afterwards and you can mail me, and those who send me the mail, I will definitely send all the write-ups.
Can you write your email ID in the chat so that I can copy?
Madam, I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you.
Okay.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you. Thank you.
I would request my co-host Lion Nayan Kavle to unmute himself as he is going to introduce the next speaker.
But we can thank Hasmukh Bhai.
I already okay. Hasmukh Bhai, thank you so much for the enlightening session. I am sure that the treasurers are now charged and they are now set on a path
Yeah.
that has been set by you. And thank you so much. You always know that I have a huge amount of respect for you, and it's always a pleasure